Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another toy room tour. I think this is the second one I've done. We're not going to go back about a year ago. That doesn't count. That was a mess. But I was reviewing the one I did earlier this year. I think it was at the beginning of the year. I was in a very good video. So I've actually spent a lot of time cleaning things up, getting things dusted. A lot more organization, a lot more cohesiveness in the collection. So we're going to run through the collection, do a quick tour. It's a quick tour because my collection, as I've said in the past, is very modest. It's not a huge collection. It's several shelves and a few hundred figures, nothing crazy. I am actually cutting down my collection almost by a quarter, selling a lot of stuff. So let's do it. Let's go and take a look at the toy room. See what it's all about. Hope you guys enjoy it. All right, guys, here we go. Starting out. So this is the backdrop. This is actually where I do all the reviews, what few reviews I do, filming and that sort of thing. This is probably going to be sold. I got that new one that I showed you guys last week. That new diorama, the pop-up one. This thing is a beast. This thing is so huge and it takes up so much room. I actually don't have room for it. So if you want it, let me know because this is probably gonna be sold. Other than that, this is the backdrop. We got a couple lights here. And then as you can see, there's all the figures I mentioned before that are gonna be sold. We got some Black Series, we got some Masters, we got some DC, all kinds of stuff. So I'll be posting that on Mercari a little bit later this week probably. But you can also see dusting materials. So there you go. But that I just wanted to show you guys that. That's where the magic happens with 60-second reviews is sometimes. And, you know, showcases, that sort of thing. All right, starting out with turtles. Now, this turtle display I actually really like. So the main focus with me and turtles now is really just movie turtles and vintage / retro. So we'll kind of start from the bottom, work our way up. Most of these are retro. There is a couple of vintage. So we got Bebop, Rocksteady, Foot Soldier, Leo, and the Pizza Toss and Raph, which I just love the retro. They just bring back so many memories from when I was a kid. And then, of course, the 6 movie figures I have are on the bottom. And like I've said before in my last video, this street scene is really cool. It really fits the animated figures very well. Coming up to the second shelf, we've got the Samurai Leo, which is vintage. And then we've got some more rehashes with Donnie, Leo, and Raph. The Genghis Frog is vintage. The Mondo Gecko is vintage. And the rest are reissues. But again, they just fit into this diorama so nicely. One of the reasons I'm getting rid of the other one that I showed you guys in the last clip. Also got Leatherhead, Splinter. That Rat King is vintage. General Trag is vintage. And Scumbag is also vintage. So that's the turtles right now. We're going to actually shoot down here just a little bit. These are the only other 2 turtle things I think I'm going to be keeping. I'm selling all my best action turtles, except for Crane. This Crane's actually really well done. If you guys haven't seen this, really good figure. And then, of course, my pizza thrower. So there you go with that. Let's go ahead and look at a few more turtles. All right, these are all on the chopping block as well. I am out of Super 7 now. It's going to be tough to let go of him and him. But I have the vintage ones. I don't really have a need for Super 7 anymore. They're kind of trash. I'll be honest with you guys, they're trash. I do love the Baxter Stockman, but usually once I'm out of a line, I'm out of a line. Also going to be out of NECA Turtles as well, too. So both of these turtles will also be going, and then Triceraton will be going as well. But I do have them in the collection for right now. Also have Shredder, Bebop, and Slash. We're keeping the Cup because the Cup's awesome. Going to be getting rid of that Shredder, the Crane, the Muckman, and that is one of the worst Super 7 figures they've ever done, to be honest with you. So I'm not too upset about that. But they still got a place in the collection for now, but they will be gone very soon. Also got a couple of pieces of art there with the Vader and the Mando. So let's go ahead and take a look at some Transformers now. All right, as you can see, I'm a Transformer freak. You guys kind of know that. Before we get to Transformers, let's look at some more art that I've got. I've gotten these at several different comic shows, the Kylo Ren, and then my favorite mural right there is the one of Shredder. That's actually just a phenomenal mural that I absolutely love. Also got a couple from Hobby Lobby with that Mandalorian, and then another drawing that I got at a Comic-Con back in Denver when I lived there for the Boba Fett. On to Transformers, we'll start out with a few rehashes that I have. We've got Optimus Prime, Hot Rod, and the new animation accurate Starscream. Don't pay $34 for that, but I really do like these. Trying to find Hound and Thundercracker right now, so we'll see if we can get those. Definitely want to get more into vintage Transformers, along with Turtles, along with Ghostbusters, along with Star Wars, which you'll see more of in just a few minutes. But getting to Transformers, I mean, this is really the meat potatoes of the collection right now. I've had Jetfire for a long time. I really try to separate the shelves out, Autobots, Decepticons. So you can see there's a lot of good ones here. Springer, Blaster back there, Optimus Prime, the overpriced Ironhide, which is a good figure. And then we'll be getting some new updates as well with Brawn. So he'll be going once we get the new Studio Series Brawn as well. Coming down to the next shelf. This is the one shelf where there's a little bit of a mix between Autobots and Decepticons. But we've got the Nemesis Prime. Very tough to find Nemesis Prime back there. A good figure. Comes with tons of weapons and really cool. Got most of all the Junkions. There's been 4 Junkions released. Have them all there. And then, you know, a mix between Autobots for Armada, Siege, Earthrise, Kingdom. And we'll be getting a new updated version of Beachcomber here soon, too. So, yeah, I really love my Transformers. We'll keep on moving here because there's a lot to go over with the Transformers. Again, everything you're going to see in, except for those few that I showed earlier, is modern. So we've got the Bruticus. I've actually got the Select Galvatron back there. A lot of the Siege Seekers, the Needle Nose. I actually found that runabout for $5. You guys saw that in a toy hunt a few months ago. That figure's worth close to $80. So that was a hell of a deal. Down to the next shelf, more Decepticons. Megatron on the throne. 2 different versions of Starscream, Tetrajet and Jet. And then 2 different versions of Blitzwing, which I would really recommend if you guys are looking for it. Get that version, the Earthrise version. Or I guess he's the Legacy version. And then Sound Blaster, Soundwave, Skywarp. And yeah, I mean, who doesn't love their Decepticon shelf? I know I do. Coming down to the next shelf, we've got a lot more Autobots, Skylinks, Sea Spray. We haven't got an updated Sea Spray yet. That one's pretty old, so hopefully we get an updated Sea Spray. Hot Rod, Wind Charger, another one we haven't got an updated one of either. The G2 Laser Optimus Prime. Not going to recommend that figure. I actually hate that figure, to be honest with you, but he's there as well. Coming down, we've also got more Autobots, the Siege Ironhide, the Siege Optimus Prime, the Buzzworthy Jazz, which is a great figure, Smokescreen Hound, and just a few odds and ends there as well. Let's go ahead and pick up some more Transformers. All right, even more Transformers here. So we've got tons of Decepticons here. All of my Stunticons, except for Motormaster, is on this shelf. We've got your Haxus, Bomb Burst, the Twins, Skytread, a lot of good stuff. Also got that Tetrajet. Actually got that from Cosmic Collectibles. I leave him transformed as a Tetrajet because he is horrible transformed. That's Sunfire. And he's absolutely terrible as a robot. So we leave him in the Tetrajet mode, which is kind of cool. It's very accurate as well. And then coming down, we got more Decepticons, Galvatron, one of my favorites, Cyclonus. Very excited for them to re-release Dirge in the Legacy Evolution line, so that'll be coming up soon. 2 sweeps and a Scourge. You got to have a couple of sweeps if you got a Scourge. Also, just heard that the last Insecticon, can't think of his name, but he's coming out soon too with the Legacy line, so looking forward to that. But another cool shelf, Double Dealer, love him. I mean, there's really not any Transformers I don't love, to be honest with you. And then we're also looking forward to another Autobot. Snarl's going to be out soon. I've got him on pre-order. And then I've got all the Combiner Wars, Aerial Bots too, which I wish they would redo. These are cool. They're good. But if you guys collect Combiner Wars, you know how badly made they are. They're very cheap. Also got Power Glide. And yeah, it's a cool shelf, but I'm looking forward to them completing the Dinobots. Coming down to the next shelf, we've got a few odds and ends here. We've got the Judge, the Quincetin Judge, Coronation Starscream, 8-Face, Snapdragon. Got a couple of the cheaper Sharkticons there. Those are the animated ones that were like $10 back in the day. But those are cool too, so I really enjoy having those. And then, not the final shelf, but one of the final shelves, we've got a lot of the Autobots. Just a few odds and ends, one from Prime. A lot of the combiner ones, the ones that are parts forming. And a couple of Bulkhead, he's from Prime as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at my Titans and a few other Transformers I got. All right, so here's the Titans. I used to have Metroplex, but actually sold him just due to room. But my favorite Titan is obviously probably everybody's favorite Titan, and that is Devastator. Love this one. I think he needs an update as well. But for what it is right now, really, really cool. That is the Combiner Wars version. Also got Scorponok. Love Scorponok. I mean, if I'm going to get rid of one, he would probably be it, but still love him. Also got Motormaster in the Menasor mold. I am just too lazy to transform all the other Stunticons and put him in that mold altogether, so he stays like that. Also got the very pricey Omega Supreme, which was re-released in different colors, and they gave it a new name, but you got to stick with the OG. And then so far, my Transformer of the year, and so much so, I have two of them. That is Tarn. Tarn is an absolutely awesome figure. If you don't have Tarn, find him, get him. He is phenomenal. So good, I bought two. Armada Starscream, one of the worst Transformers of the year, unfortunately. And then we've got the Ark, which I love as well. Let's take a look at the last Transformer shelf, which is the RED line. All right, so the RED line, not everybody's favorite. We've talked about this a little bit on the channel. I've actually quit collecting. I think it has been canceled. But the ones I do have, I do like quite a bit. Galvatron's my favorite. Prime's good. And then we got a couple of statues from GameStop. I don't think they were exclusives, but statues that I got really cheap, $20 a piece last year as well. So that'll do it for Transformers. Let's go ahead and go on to G.I. Joe. All right, G.I. Joe, there's probably not a line I'm more back and forth on in my collection than G.I. Joe. 1 minute I love it, the next minute I hate it. I did sell all mine a while back, bought them all back. I will not be getting that HasLab. That is too much money, and I do not have room for it. But here's all my Cobras. I mean, I've said it many times. I think this is the best line Hasbro's got going so far. I love the Cobras. I think they're great. Don't have them all, but I don't have Serpentor. I don't have Dr. Mindbender. But the ones I do have, I really, really enjoy. Got Major Blood on a steel. Got him for like $22. Got our Red Guards. We've got our Troopers. We've got Cobra Commander, Alley Vipers, the Twins, Baroness, Firefly, few different bats. Missed out on the Arctic Bat pre-order, so hopefully I can get that. And then a couple back there that I got really cheap on Amazon from the movie as well. So there's the Cobras. Coming down to the actual Joes, I got to tell you, these have grown on me more too. Sergeant Slaughter for me is the best. Got the new Outback. I do like the new Outback quite a bit. I think he's really good. I also love Stalker. I think Sergeant Stalker and Spirit are probably my other two favorites. Got that Duke and Ram cycle, very cheap a couple of months ago. And then to me, honestly, my favorite Joe figure, period, is actually this one. Timber is phenomenal. I love this thing. I haven't got Fiona because I just don't want to pay $40 for it. But this Timber is really a work of art. Very, very well done figure. The way you can get him posed, I mean, it's like I'm looking at my own dog. It's phenomenal. So really, really love it. As of right now, I still am into Joe's. I am not getting the Trouble Bubble. I'm not paying $70 for that. But so far, right now, still into Joe's. Let's go ahead and take a look at some Ghostbusters, and we'll do DC. All right, so this is Ghostbusters / Indiana Jones. I really am, my goal, so all these are rehashes, none of these are vintage yet. My goal is to get all of the real Ghostbusters figures, period. Everything I had as a kid, so we'll see how that goes. That includes the firehouse. I want that firehouse. So we've got all the retros. You know, a lot of these are being found at Ollie's. I will say that I got a couple at Ollie's. I did have to pay a little bit higher for some of the others, but I mean, these were probably my number one favorite toy as a kid, so we got to have them. Also did get the first Indiana Jones, Donovan, and Tote as well, just because I like the way those look. But that's going to be a very minor part of the collection, to be honest with you guys. And we did miss one Joe. If you guys saw my post and saw my video a while back, the hang glider. Oh, $4 hang glider at Ollie's, and I've got the Viper on there right now. Really cool. So I like that a lot. Let's go ahead and go to DC. We'll start up at the top with the creme de la creme. We've got Batman. I don't have a Keaton Batman. We've got the Batmobile and then Clayface as well. Definitely recommend that Batmobile if you guys haven't got it yet. It's definitely worth the price of admission. And love that figure. Coming down, I've got the majority of the rest of my DC. I did weed out my DC quite a bit. We are at strictly Batman and the villains now. That's about it. Do have one Robin, but I kept the ones I like the most. Got the Fulcrum Abominus, a lot of Jokers, Penguin, Scarecrow, Nightfall Batman, Harley Quinn, Mr. Freeze, you know, kind of everything you really need if you're going to be just collecting Batman. Vampire's Batman, which is an incredible figure. Very well done. Riddler's way back there, as you can see. And then coming down to the next shelf, got our big boys. We got Bane, Croc, the Hellbat, Vampire's Joker, which is a phenomenal figure. He's going to be in my top 10, definitely. And then animated Joker. And then Bat Cycle and Batman Beyond as well. So my DC collection's really thinned out. And again, we're sticking primarily just with Batman. Let's go ahead and move over to Star Wars. All right, this is the biggest section of the collection, of course. Still got the Vader and Boba Fett helmet. That Phase 2 Clone Trooper helmet is calling to me. Really want to get it, but again, space is limited. So happy with these two for now. We'll stick with those for a while. Then we come down and probably my first or second favorite shelf in my collection. This is the Empire. Everything you can want in here. Stormtroopers, Scout Troopers, I don't have a Sand Trooper. Interesting. Vader, Inquisitors, and just love this shelf. Got Trooper Mike as well. Very good figure. Don't overpay for it though. But you can never have enough Stormtroopers for me. Love that shelf. Love everything about that Black Series shelf. Coming down, we got some of the Jedi and Sith. I kind of tried to do a little bit of a good and evil thing here. A lot of Mauls. I think I've got 2 Mauls. A lot of good Jedi. Had some problems with saber breakage of late. So that's unfortunate, but I have been able to replace those blades, thankfully. Got Nihilus and Vader as well. Coming down, probably my second favorite shelf, if not my first, and that's all the Mandos. Love the Mandos. Got 5 of the Death Watches. Cobb Vanth still is one of my favorite Black Series ever made. I'll be in for anything Mando. Doesn't matter what it is. I've got the Fleet Commander pre-ordered. I got the new Din Djarin pre-ordered, so that will continue. So love that shelf. Love the Boba Fett's as well. Got the carbonized. And then down here, it's just kind of odds and ends. You know, this was an extra shelf. I have left room on purpose for future pre-orders and that sort of thing. I would recommend, I can't even think of his name now. That guy. I recommend that guy. I can't remember his name. Leia Bausch, Padme. And yeah, I mean, I'm really actually pretty happy with how my Black Series collection is going. I've got more to show you, so let's take a look at the rest. All right, this is going to look familiar to you guys. This is what you see in the background all the time. Also added a couple of these. My wife got me these probably about 4 or 5 years ago. And what these actually are is it's every word in that movie. So as you can see here, it's every word in the Return of the Jedi to make up the Death Star. It's every word in Star Wars to make up Darth Vader. And then it's every word in Empire Strikes Back to make up Boba Fett. So really cool little murals there. Really love those a lot. Thank you again to my wife for getting me those. Well, back to the Black Series. You know, a lot of good Black Series. A lot of my favorites here. The Biker Scout, the Luke Skywalker, Gamorrean Guard, all those. And of course, General Kenobi. A lot of Clone Troopers, Dark Troopers. I got Dark Troopers on the cheap, so I did get I think I've got 4 of them now. So got those, got the Grief Karga, got the Phase 1 clone, and then a ton of Clone Troopers on this one, 2 Umbras, Arc Commander, Rex, Wolf, all of the Republic Commandos, a few 501st, the 501st Jetpack Trooper, and then down at the bottom we got some odds and ends, the Mara Jade, the Clone Wars General Grievous. Still need to get the regular Grievous, but he's going up, so I might be happy with just that one. That's actually the Bandai model kit, Boba Fett. Don't get that. Bad figure. Not lying to you guys, it's a bad figure. But pretty happy with these floating shelves. I really like the way that's going. Moving up, this is something new I'm doing. So obviously not all of these are vintage, but some of them are. The Darth Vader, the Bosk, and the Rees are all vintage. So I'm really going to start getting a lot more into vintage. Goal is to have them on this wall. So we will have to make some adjustments, but I want to have them all on that wall hanging up. But these little cases here are pretty nifty. It's a $24 case on Amazon, and you can put your vintage figures in there. Darth Vader will not fit, so be careful with that. But happy that's how that's starting. Vintage collecting is going to be a thing on this channel going forward. I really want to get a lot more vintage. Got a couple of my statues, the Sega Stormtrooper, the Gentle Giant, Darth Malgus. And then coming down, let me move my chair out of the way. We've got the Hyper Real Vader, the droids, Boba Fett there. And then a few odds and ends, the animated Grogu, a Diamond Select, Mando, and a Bandai 12-inch Stormtrooper. So as we kind of pan out, give you guys an overview. This wall is actually still a work in progress. Got my lightsaber lit up. Actually got those lights on Amazon. They're about 30 bucks. They actually just hang on the wall and plug in. You can see the wire there. So that's kind of what we got going there. Let's come back with some closing thoughts, give you an overview of the collection. All right, one more shelf I forgot. This is just kind of a work in progress as well. These are all Micro Galaxy Squadrons, and then a Kota Bakaya Darth Vader as well. So that's a work in progress. I really want to get those hanging up on the wall. So we'll see if that actually happens soon. And while we're at it, since I'm forgetting things, I've also got the wonderful Seinfeld shelf you guys have seen before with Pops and the Lego set as well. So there you go. Let's do some closing thoughts. All right, guys, so there it is. There's the collection. I mean, like I say every time, it's modest, but I'm happy with it. I think things, at least it's clean. Yeah, that's my thing. At least it's clean. I think it looks cool. I think it looks good. I don't know if I'm ever going to be fully happy with this collection. I don't think any of us really are. I do like the way things are turning out, but space is just so limited. I think it's a problem every collector has and something every collector goes through. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know what you enjoyed. If you hated it, let me know what you hated. Did you hate how I did it? Did you like how I did it? Let me know, guys. And also, give me a link if you guys have a collection video as well. Please post it in the comments. I know, love to see your collections. A lot of people on Yakking with Yukon have done that. And again, if you're a future guest on Yakking with Yukon and you want to show your collection, definitely let me know and we'll make that happen. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Something a little different. Make sure you're going on that freaking toy hunt. And I will see you guys soon. You guys have a good one. Later.